Hi, thank you for joining us for Lakefront News. I am Anicia Serrano. A Delta Airlines flight from Minneapolis crashed, turned upside down, and caught fire on the runway at Toronto Pearson International Airport, all while attempting to land on Monday, February 17th. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada is now leading the investigation into the runway crash. Passengers described the chaotic moments when Delta Airlines Flight 4819 made its hard landing and flipping upside down. Evacuees jumped several feet from the door frames onto the snow-covered ground as sprays of fire retardant rained overhead. All 76 passengers and 4 crew aboard this jet survived, but at least 21 people were injured and 2 remain hospitalized as of Tuesday afternoon. The crash landing of the Delta Airlines flight at Toronto's airport has put airline safety front and center again in 2025. But aviation experts say the number still points to the skies being very safe. Every day for more than 100,000 years to experience a fatal accident. Based on the 2023 safety numbers, experts also say the preparedness of the people around a disaster makes a difference.
Everything that could go wrong went wrong, yet still 80 people survived the accident. And what that tells me is just the preparedness and the attention to safety.
The aviation industry strives for protection every time as it continues safety improvements and training to better protect passengers. A group of men had to restrain a passenger who became violent on a Frontier Airlines flight from Houston to Denver. It's not exactly clear what set the man off, but a witness said he began punching the window while in the air. He hit it so hard the plexiglass covering the window broke. Tanner Phillips, who served in the Army, was among several passengers who stepped in to restrain the man.
People started calling security and police, but there's no security or police. And so like luckily there was a group of guys that was willing to pitch in and do it. But I think, and I'm glad that they had plexi cuffs, but it took a while to find those. Like it just didn't really seem like there was a process and procedure for an incident like this.
Phillips said it took a couple of guys to get the man's arms secured behind him. They had to use zip ties and a shoelace. The group kept the man restrained for the rest of the flight. President Donald Trump has announced a proposal to take over the Gaza Strip in Israel. Israeli Prime Minister has backed up this plan and already has Israel's army ready to further action. President Trump plans to clean out the strip and build housing in different locations where Palestinians can live. Leaders in the Middle East responded with backlash and labeled this plan as illegal and could potentially be a violation of international law. President Trump is appealing to the Supreme Court, asking the justices to let him fire the head of a government ethics watchdog agency. Hampton Dellinger, who was appointed by former President Biden, oversees the office that handles allegations of whistleblower retaliation. The director of the White House Presidential Personnel Office fired Dellinger in an email, and the message did not cite any of the 4 cause infractions Congress stipulated as requirements for the president to remove the special counsel. The case, Bessonnet versus Dellinger, could eventually help clarify whether Congress may create independent agencies protected from the whims of the White House, or whether presidents can fire anyone seen as a potential critic. Protesters gathered at the Texas state capitol today as part of a nationwide demonstration on Not My President's Day. The rally, aimed at voicing opposition to the Trump administration, drew attention to ongoing political tensions across the country. On this President's Day, protesters in Austin held signs, chanted slogans, and expressed their frustration, standing in solidarity with similar protests happening across the nation. While the atmosphere remained peaceful, the sentiment was clear. The protest was a call for change and a stand against what many see as a divisive leadership of the current president. Protests like this one are part of a larger movement calling for political change, and it's clear that many are determined to make their voices heard. Get ready for an unforgettable Mardi Gras experience at the San Antonio Riverwalk, transformed into a celebration destination for incredible food, drinks, and live entertainment. Mardi Gras is a festive day that marks the end of a pre-Lenten season. It is celebrated with parades, music, costumes, and feasting. Come celebrate the spirit of Mardi Gras in one of San Antonio's most vibrant settings on February 28th through March 4th. Pope Francis has now been diagnosed with pneumonia. As people gather to pray over the Pope, the Vatican says this latest health complication poses a, quote, complex picture for treatment. The Vatican also says that he is in good frame of mind and in good spirits. The Pope is stable, he is eating food, and he has received drawings from children in the hospital that has lifted his spirits. We will keep you updated on the Pope's condition. An 83-year-old man is facing charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon after allegedly opening fire in a Texas high school over the weekend. It happened during a band competition. Police say man Dennis Brando fired at least one shot at a male victim, identified as a consultant for the high school drumline, who was hospitalized. Quick-thinking parents sprang into action and subdued the attacker within about a minute.
That's when I saw the suspect on the floor. There was another guy on top of him. The suspect had a gun, clearly, handgun, but there was nobody there securing the gun. So that's when I ran up there, Adam right behind me. We tried to get the gun out of his hand. I grabbed his arms while Adam took the gun out.
Across town, the drum instructor from Angelton ISD who was shot is still recovering. Millions of Americans are bracing for extreme weather this week as a deadly winter storm continues to move across the country. With record rainfall and flooding already taking lives, now freezing temperatures and snow are threatening even more communities. Officials are sounding alarms from Texas to Montana with over 30 million people under cold weather alerts. Stay with us, we have more news after the break. Welcome back, and welcome to your Health Minute. Measles cases are rising again in the U.S. Here's what you need to know. Measles is a highly contagious disease that can cause severe complications. Dr. Daniel Kurtzik says most cases are now among unvaccinated children.
We're seeing these sporadic outbreaks of measles. The vast majority are happening in people.
The CDC recommends vaccinated children between 12 to 15 months and again at age 4, while adults should get vaccinated if they haven't already. Lung cancer remains the leading cause of cancer deaths. Early detection can save lives, but experts say many people who qualify for screening never get tested. Low-dose CT scans are quick, painless, and can detect lung cancer early. Experts say screenings can lower death rates by 20%, but only 16% of eligible people get tested. Adults 50 to 80 who smoke or quit in the last 15 years may qualify. Demand for popular GLP-1 drugs has surged, with many experiencing benefits like weight loss and improved blood sugar control. But some experts warn that shedding pounds can also impact relationships. Since GLP-1 drugs are relatively new, the full effects of weight loss and relationships remain unclear. When one partner isn't fully on board with lifestyle changes such as new eating habits or increased physical activity, it can sometimes lead to shifts in sexual desire, creating tension in a relationship. And it's not just romantic relationships that can be affected. Friendships and family dynamics may also shift as a person's lifestyle evolves. That's why open communication is key. Keeping loved ones involved can help strengthen connections and support a healthier, happier life.
It was an error. It was
A woman
an error
from Savannah,
that Christina
Georgia,
Murray
suing a
calls.
fertility clinic she used to help her get pregnant. She claims staff workers implanted the wrong embryo in her, and she gave birth to a baby that was not biologically related to her. It was an error that Christina Murray calls unimaginable and every IVF patient's worst nightmare. After a 5-month custody battle, Murray says she was forced to give the baby to his biological parents. Coastal Fertility called what happened to Murray an isolated incident, and it has apologized to the families impacted by the error. For the first time in more than 26 years, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has signed off a new type of pain reliever. The newly approved medicine is billed as non-addictive and alternative to opioids. The drug, which will be sold under the brand name Journavax, is a 50-milligram prescription pill that's taken every 12 hours. Doctors believe there's no potential for it to lead to addiction or dependence. Dr. Chang with Cleveland Clinic says that type of pain is usually caused by surgery, injury, illness, or some other trauma. Doctors stress that the new drug may not be right for everyone or for every type of pain. The CDC is reporting 16 million cases of flu this season nationwide, and Texas is one of the highest states with a number of cases. Dr. Jason Bowling, University of Health Director of Epidemiology, Infectious Disease at UT Health San Antonio said, those at the highest risk are pregnant women, older adults, and young children. Stay home if you are sick until you no longer have a fever for 24 hours without using fever-reducing medicine. Eating well and drinking plenty of water is beneficial to helping their body recover faster. Take care of yourselves and stay safe during this flu season. Brain diseases, including Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and multiple sclerosis, impact cognitive, motor, and emotional functions. Research into preventing these conditions has grown, with studies focusing on lifestyle factors like exercise and diet as potential preventative measures for Alzheimer's. Research is exploring genetic factors and neuroprotective treatments. Early detection methods are also being developed. These studies aim to reduce risk, slow progression, and improve quality of life for those affected by brain diseases. Welcome back. To start off with great news, you have to warm up those scrolling fingers because Google Play is bringing back TikTok. The company said it restored the platform to its U.S. App Store Thursday. That's after President Donald Trump signed an executive action to delay a ban on the app and has promised to save it. The question of TikTok's future in the U.S. stems from a law signed last April by then-President Biden, citing national security concerns. After that, the Supreme Court upheld the ban. Apple also restored TikTok to its App Store Thursday evening. If you think gas is expensive now, prices at the pump could go up 15 cents or more a gallon soon. That's due to tariffs on Canadian products that President Trump has implemented. Although tariffs have been delayed till March 4th, students at Our Lady of the Lake are worried on the price that will come to driving to campus.
Gas prices are going up. I commute to school every day, going home, coming back. Even if it's just like 20 cents, that's still a lot.
Continuing updates will follow after March 4th, where tariffs will be officially implemented. While the uncertainty on tariffs happening in Canada, it is also uncertain for Mexico. President Trump has also made a deal to postpone a 25% tariff on Mexican products that get shipped into the United States. If tariffs get confirmed, this would make prices on daily groceries such as tomatoes, raspberries, and avocados go up in price. Building materials, car prices, car parts, steel, and even beer will be among other things that will also increase in price. A high-profile legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni continues in court. Lively accuses Baldoni of sexual harassment on the set of It Ends With Us and claims he retaliated against her. Baldoni denies it and has filed his own lawsuit accusing Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds of extortion and defamation. The judge warned both sides to avoid public statements but did not issue a gag order. He also threatened to move up the trial date if the public feud continues. Over the weekend, Baldoni's lawyers posted court documents on a newly created website. So far, the site contains 2 public documents already filed in court. A$AP Rocky, whose legal name is Rakeem Myers, was acquitted of 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm in a case that dates back to 2022. The case stemmed from an incident with his former friend known as A$AP Relly. Myers argued that the gun in question was a prop gun that he fired, only blanks. He also claimed his former friend was using the lawsuit to seek money. The Super Bowl is full of anticipation. Something many people get excited for are the ads during the game. Having an ad during the Super Bowl comes with a high price tag. This year, the price for a spot during the commercial break was $8 million, which is $1 million more than last year's $7 million price tag. The prices continue to rise for a Super Bowl ad spot. We can only imagine how much the price will be in a few years. Nike is turning to a big name to help boost its brand. Kim Kardashian is teaming up with a sportswear giant for a new line called Nike Skims. Nike is currently facing a slump with sales and stock values are dropping. To turn things around, the company is partnering with Kim Kardashian on a new collection based on her popular shapewear line. The Nike Skims brand will focus on female athletes, marking a first for Nike, which usually relies on acquisitions or endorsements from athletes like Michael Jordan. The new line is set to debut online this spring in the US and select retail locations, with a global launch planned for 2026. A global pop star is coming to San Antonio. The Weeknd fans, get ready to get your tickets. The Weeknd is headlining the Alamodome on September 3rd. The concert is part of The Weeknd's After Hours Till Dawn tour, and Playboi Carti and Mike Dean are joining the star on the tour. You can get your tickets now on any ticket site like Ticketmaster. Author Neil Gaiman is being accused of sexual assault in a lawsuit filed Monday. Gaiman is best known for his titles including The Sandman and Coraline. The lawsuit alleges Gaiman violently and repeatedly raped his former babysitter Scarlett Pavlovich. Pavlovich is also suing Gaiman's wife Amanda Palmer, accusing both Gaiman and Palmer of human trafficking. Gaiman has denied all allegations against him, saying all encounters were consensual. Thank you for joining us for Lakefront News. I'm Anicia Serrano, and I hope you have a happy and safe week.